So, welcome back. Now we are good to go for our session 2. Our session expert for this session is Dr. M. Suresh. Now I would like to invite Professor Bhaumik Seth, Assistant Professor Mechanical Engineering Department, to introduce our session expert. Over to Bhaumik Seth, sir.
Thank you, Bala sir. So, as Bala sir stated, we have one eminent speaker, Dr. M. Suresh sir. That Dr. M. Suresh is currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Karunya Institute of Technology and Science in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. He completed his BE degree in Mechanical Engineering from VIT University, Vellore. He obtained his Master's in Automotive Engineering in VIT University, Vellore in collaboration with ARAI, that's the Automotive Research Association of India. He did his PhD degree in IC Engine on topic of alternative fuels, biodiesel, from Karunya University, Coimbatore. He has more than 14 years of experience in teaching, research and industry. Sir has published 14 research papers in Refer International Journal, both SCI and Scopus, out of which one review paper he has published with an impact factor of 12.348 in renewable energy and sustainable energy review, 6 papers in international conference and 1 in national conference. He is serving as a reviewer of the many journals, like a reviewer of fuel published by elsewhere, then energy source, recovery, utilization and environmental effect by Taylor and Francis, and many more. Sir has a life membership in SAE, that Society of Automotive Engineers, then Combustion Institute, Indian section, then life membership of International Association of Engineers. Sir has guided 17 UG projects and 5 PG projects. Since 2016, Sir is serving as the SAE faculty advisor of Karunya University, and also he has been selected as SAE India expert speaker panel member. He has participated in more than 45 faculty development programs, including workshops, seminar, and has organized one national and one international workshop. His main areas of interest include biodiesel, alternative fuels, and automotive engineering. So, with a very great biodata, on behalf of A.D. Patel Institute of Technology, welcomes you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the detailed information. And also, I would like to extend my very special thanks to Sanjay sir and Dayapna sir for providing this opportunity to deliver biodiesel topics. Once again, thank you all. Just I'm going to share my PPT. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So once again, good morning to all of you. I'm going to give an elaborate talk about the production process of biodiesel from Mexican coffee, Optimum Mexicana biodiesel in VCR CA engine, variable compression ratio, DAC injection engine, and followed by this is the outline of my presentation. What is the need of biodiesel, and also overview of biodiesel, and followed by based on the literature's review, what is the inferences from Optimum biodiesel, and also objectives of the research work. The next we'll move on to production of biodiesel. So this is main thing. Next we are going to discuss about experimental studies and some research and discussion which were took for experiment after converting of biodiesel through some process, and also comparison of emission with standard like BS4 and 6, and then finally we are going to discuss about conclusion about this Argimon Mexicana biodiesel. So this is new biodiesel, and also we achieved some results based on engine performance and emission also. And before going to start this introduction, we should know like there are different types of fuels which can be used in internal combustion engine. But why we are using for biodiesel in CA engine, compression ignition engine? So most of them know about the basic terms, but anyhow, those are doing PhD in alternative fuels, it would be easily get some points how to start research work also. So as for today, automobile industries are focusing on global warming and saving non-renewable sources. And also 20% of the world energy consumption is taken by the automobile. So that is main source, like predominant source of the emissions. So definitely we have to control the emissions and also improve the engine performance. So better, what I call, reduce the cost of the diesel. So we can look at some day by day petrol as well as diesel cost, it has been increasing. So we need to switch over to what I call different types of alternative fuels which can be used for internal combustion engine, but better we have to use for biodiesel when compared to other fuels. And when we are going to use that biodiesel, so definitely we can protect the environment and what do you call, it will be your motivate to society also. And to meet this demand, we should shift to a fuel that is renewable and less polluting fuel. So better we need to use for biodiesel is one of the best solution above mentioned problem. So there are different problems which can be used for the environment, but this part is most important. What is the significance of biodiesel could be used for internal combustion engine? And also, before going to use any kind of biodiesel, both edible and non-edible oil, we have to find out free fatty acid. That means FFA content. So based on the FFA content only, we have to go for biodiesel production process. So there are different methods which can be used for this biodiesel production process. But among major things we need to check for, or we need to go through like some titration process that is called as free fatty acid. And also use of edible oil for the production of biodiesel can lead to that may be food shortage and some other problem. So therefore it is essential to search for non-conventional feedstock like non-edible oil. So better we need to use for non-edible oil when compared to edible oil. And also when compared to edible oil, for non-edible oil cost is very less. And the next, huge consumption of fuel oil is outmatching the supply. So we need to switch over, or we need to use for alternative fuels with properties, if not identical, at least we have to comparable to petroleum based fuel that becomes the need of others. So basic things, biodiesel is most promising on alternative fuels. And finally, the technical viability of Argimon Mexicana biodiesel in VCRG. So normally, all the research scholars and what do you call it, other scientists also doing the research in constant comparison ratio. But especially for this research work, we focused on variable comparison ratio without any modification. That means without any engine modification. And the next slide, different types of alternative fuels which can be used for internal combustion engine, and India wide a reason to encourage alternative fuels. So there are three things. So India won law of third, what do you call, third largest consumer of oil, and also import 70% of total oil demand. The next 90% of total consumption is utilized by transport sector. And also we can look at different types of alternative fuels available, but mostly we have been using for biodiesel without any engine modification, and also directly we can use for in diesel engine. And this is main thing of research motivation. So if you look at this research motivation, so generally for biodiesel we can call EQ. So EQ nothing but energy, employment and environment. So that basically we need to focus for environment and also reduce the emission. We can see this picture, easily we can understand that if diesel or liquid fuels run on internal combustion engine after exhaust stroke, all the unwanted gas goes to the ventilation and those gases creating more pollution to the environment. If creating more pollution, what are the effects or what are the problems will be creating? So because of more pollution affecting health effect and what we call global warming, ozone layer effect. So to avoid those things, we need to switch over to biodiesel. And general overview of biodiesel. So all we know like biodiesel is the name of a clean burning alternative fuels. Clean burning alternative fuels which can be produced like domestic or like renewable sources. And also biodiesel contains no petroleum, but it can be blended at any level with diesel to create a biodiesel blend. It can be blended at any level with diesel to create a biodiesel blend. But normally we have been using for this biodiesel B20%. So if we use for B20%, engine performance and the emission we can reduce, and also like combustion characteristics also something got improved when compared to other blending. When we are going to use B100 or apart from that B50, we have to modify some engine modification. And also generally for this biodiesel, there are different methods we can produce raw oil into converted into pure biodiesel. But normally we have been using through chemical process called as trans-esterification. So why we have been using for this trans-esterification process? When we are going to convert two processes, one is biodiesel and next one is glycerin. So this glycerin we can use directly for soap industry and biodiesel we can use for what we call internal combustion engine. The next one, biodiesel also is more environment friendly than diesel, and biodiesel quality is covered by ASTM 6751 and B7467 quality parameters. So two parameters which can be used for biodiesel quality. First one like 6751 we are going to analyze biodiesel blend B22 B100, whereas B7467 we are going to use blending of B52 B15 or B20. This is most important. ASTM D6751 we are going to use for blending of B22 B100, whereas D7467 we have been using B52 B20. And general advantages and disadvantages of biodiesel. If you look at advantages, first one you can see reduction in toxic engine emission. Reduction in toxic engine emission, biodiesel contains more oxygen. Biodiesel contains more oxygen, so that reduction in toxic engine emission, and also no sulfur dioxide emission. So no sulfur dioxide emission means reduction in acid rain problem. Then greater lubricity, it has been improved engine performance and engine life also. The next one, because of this higher plant point of biodiesel, it provides improved safety of operation. Then followed by we can know general advantages, no toxic and biodegradable. Biodiesel is a renewable fuel, and also biodiesel like reduce the exhaust emission when compared to diesel fuel, and like biodiesel is safer to handle when compared to diesel fuel also. And there are some disadvantages which can be what we call included in biodiesel: higher viscosity, lower energy content, higher cloud point and bore point, and greater engine wear. So if we are going to use the trans-esterification process in biodiesel oil production process, so definitely viscosity it may be reduced, and also free heavy fatty acid content will be reduced. So based on those two factors, we can do other process and converting of blending B10, B20, B30 or 100 whatever. So we can use for internal combustion engine. And this is general properties of biodiesel and diesel. So if you look at left side, you can see CK number, lubricity, biodegradability, toxicity, oxygen, aromatic, sulfur, flat point, renewable supply, production process. So as diesel, you see that CK number 5162 and diesel 4449, lubricity for biodiesel greater than diesel, whereas diesel low sulfur fuel. So lubricity is very less when compared to biodiesel. And flat point also you can see 300 to 400, whereas diesel 125. The next one, production process for diesel, we can use reaction and fractionation, whereas biodiesel normally we have to use production of chemical reaction method. And renewable supply, biodiesel considered as renewable fuel and diesel considered as non-renewable fuel. And this slide, easily we can understand that there are different non-edible oil, vegetables oil available in India. So based on that production is insufficient. But even though these types of non-edible oils can be used for biodiesel in internal combustion engine. Already we know like jacob oil, karanja oil, babu oil, rice bran, neem, kusam, all kokum and sal oil. So out of which all the oils, what we call general researches and the research work carried out by using constant compression ratio and also what we call variable compression ratio. But almond oil and coconut oil, very few researches have been completed what we call by using this fuel in internal combustion engine in constant compression ratio. But no work has been reported to the utilization of almond biodiesel in variable compression ratio engine. And from the inferences from the review of literature, so different papers we collected through different sources. So followed by what we call all the journals. What is the main inferences from the review of this, particularly for almond oil? So if you look at this almond oil and also biodiesel, from the above research studies, it's clearly that biodiesel is one of the major alternative fuels which could be used for internal combustion engine with or without modification. And also the results from the research demonstrated that Noel blends produce less emission. So Noel emission means B10 to B20 or B30 less emission and improve engine performance. And also we can see that engine torque, the thermal efficiency of the biodiesel fueled engine is observed to be slightly lesser than that of the diesel fuel engine. And next one we can see few researchers have proved that need for switching over to variable compression ratio. So that variable compression ratio engine is that provide better fuel efficiency or up to 30% reduction in fuel consumption when compared to constant compression ratio. This is a main significance of variable compression ratio why we are using for internal combustion engine. And also when we are going to use this variable compression ratio technology, better control of peak cylinder pressure and also ability to use multi-fuel and the reduction in the exhaust emission when compared to the fixed or constant compression ratio engine. And also we can see like a few other inferences from the review of literature. The research from the prior work done clearly demonstrated that lower emissions were attained by the usage of the biodiesel, in case of NOx and other slightly increased in compared to the diesel owing to high peak temperature. And also it's clearly shown that VCR engine offers the potential to increase the combustion efficiency and reduce the ignition delay under varying the temperature, and also like other parameters such as like what we call ignition delay, then pressure and cylinder crack angle, those things. So that we need to use for what we call variable compression ratio for biodiesel. It could be better to improve engine performance and also reduce the engine emissions. The next, so what is the reason behind that Ordinone biodiesel. So Ordinone Mexicana or like Mexicana Corsi. What is the need to choose for this biodiesel for internal combustion? Those are the literature surveys and other factors. If you look at this Ordinone Mexicana, locally available grow with wild plants, and also it has to provide wasteland, easy to propagate, and moreover that this Ordinone biodiesel will create employment opportunity for tribal livings in tropical regions or countries. And next one, according to the literature review, many researchers have investigated that the free fatty acid of Ordinone oil biodiesel. Many researchers have investigated that the production of biodiesel, not for engine terms, production of biodiesel. The free fatty acid of Ordinone oil biodiesel is very low when compared to other non-edible oil. So that's why I projected here. There are different non-edible vegetable oils, available in India. Those oil we can be used for biodiesel. But the significant factor of this Ordinone oil is give very low free fatty acid when compared to other non-edible oil. So when we are going to use this Ordinone biodiesel, it could be utilized in reducing biodiesel production cost and also improve engine performance as well as emissions also. And also some key points it has been observed, biodiesel production from Ordinone Mexicana will minimize the trade gap by reducing imported petroleum. It will become channel of income generation for the farmers by selling the seed which is unwanted to the farmer. And other things we can see like harvesting, slashing, and also great job opportunity for the farmer in the process of cultivation. So this is the main reason we chosen for this Ordinone seed or Ordinone biodiesel directly we have used for this fuel in internal combustion engine. And before going to start this production of Ordinone, just we look at variable compression ratio engine. You know constant compression ratio. So like constant compression ratio is nothing but the ratio of maximum cylinder volume to minimum cylinder volume. If you look at this image, these are the piston movements PDC to TDC, the clearance volume to be created. So constant, compression ratio we have to identify based on the movement of cylinder, maximum cylinder volume to minimum cylinder volume. Whereas variable compression ratio is a new technology to adjust the compression ratio of internal combustion engine while the engine is operation. While engine is operation condition, we have to modify different methods and the different compression ratio when compared to constant compression ratio. And also already we saw that when we are going to use this VCR engine, reduce fuel consumption and also reduce somewhat for engine emission and like better fuel economic also. And variable compression ratio engine allows for the volume about the piston at the top dead center to be changed. So for automotive use, this need to be done dynamically in response to load and driving demands. And most of the research work carried out by using this variable compression ratio because of this all the places that may be desirable oil price increase and car buyers have increase in interest in fuel economy. So most of the things for engine terms we should know like fuel economy. So better we need to switch over the variable compression ratio technology when compared to constant. And this is general advantages of variable compression ratios. If you look at disadvantage of constant compression ratio, power output is reduced when compared to variable compression ratio. Fuel efficiency is not minimized, and pollution may be greater when suppose we are going to use for constant compression ratio. Because in constant compression ratio, we couldn't find the optimum results when compared to variable compression ratio. If you look at advantage of VCR engine, the main thing, the need for switching over to VCR engine is that provides better fuel efficiency. This is also we discussed up to 30% reduction in fuel consumption, better control at peak cylinder pressure, ability to fuel what we call multi-fuel engine. Multi-fuel engine we can directly use for biodiesel and diesel when compared to the what we call constant compression ratio. And also we can look at some advantages of variable compression ratio at low power levels. It has been produced ICR, that may be fuel efficiency benefit, and at high power level, low CR product NOx. So this is main factor to be used for new technology variable compression ratio. And this is like all-in-one Mexicana. So before going to start this production of process, we should know like basic terms of all-in-one Mexicana, where it was started, what are the things to be included based on the families. So all-in-one Mexicana say a basis medical plant belonging to the family of Robert DC. It is originated from Mexico, but usually it is displayed all through the southern part of the India, and normally it grows up to 1.5 meter height as a weed. So like this is also one kind of seed. From the seed we can convert to raw oil by using different biodiesel production process. Then finally we can use this all-in-one Mexicana biodiesel in diesel engine. And also all-in-one Mexicana is also known as like botanical name Mexican coffee. And this general thing, this all-in-one Mexicana fruits can be collected from the Konkan area. That means we collected fruits from Pune, and also we converted some basic process of what we call transesterification method, and we can use for this fuel as internal combustion engine. And this is significant factor of biodiesel from Mexican prickly poppy. See this image, easily we can understand this seed. It is available all over India, and also most of the areas like villages and other areas also available. And right side you can see different names available for different language. If you look at Marathi or Hindi or Tamil, whatever things. So this is like Mexican poppy or all-in-one Mexicana. So this scientist, I think 10 to 15 years back, he was used the same all-in-one Mexicana biodiesel in constant compression ratio. I think real engine. So this real engine could be tested based on the engine performance and the emission. By using that Mahindra Jeep in blend of 25% with the diesel, the fuel gave a mileage of 12 km per liter. And also that time, 10 years back, the present cost of the fuel was calculated at rupees 35 per liter when compared to cheap cost diesel. The same oil. So what we done by using variable compression ratio engine, by adjusting different technologies and to find engine performance and emission also. Those things just like outline of the all-in-one oil. Now we can use or enter the production of biodiesel. If you look at the production of biodiesel, there are more main production methods to be used for biodiesel production. Out of which 4 methods, one is thermal cracking, that is also called as pyrolysis. Next one is micro-emulsion method. Next one is dilution method. So dilution method, direct blending method. And next one is transesterification method. So when compared to all methods, generally we have been using for transesterification method. So what is the need of transesterification method when compared to other things? When we are going to use this transesterification method, we can reduce viscosity. The main factor of biodiesel, more viscosity. So to reduce viscosity, it will be better. So easily we can use directly in engines without any modification. And also when compared to other methods, for transesterification method requires low pressure and temperature. When we are going to use this transesterification process in biodiesel production, biodiesel yield, it has been giving more when compared to other methods, and also easy operation. When we are going to use this transesterification method, quick response time based on the availability of feedstock. Based on the availability of feedstock and based on the economical condition, definitely we have been using for trans-esterification process. So suppose we are going to use the trans-esterification process, two method or two advantages we need to get based on the biodiesel. One is pure biodiesel we can use for internal combustion engine, and glycerin we can use for soap industry purpose when compared to other process. And also we can see this trans-esterification process. If you look at several methods, okay, if you look at several methods for producing biodiesel, again the trans-esterification of natural oil and fat is currently to reduce the economical point of view and also reduce the viscosity based. The purpose of the process is to lower the viscosity of the oil or fat, and basically for this trans-esterification process we need to use for sequential reaction. When compared to other process, when we are going to use this trans-esterification process, basically sequential reaction we have to follow different steps. And the next you can see like two types of reaction may be used for trans-esterification process. So based on the reaction like base catalyst reaction method, which could be used for biodiesel production process. And this is general trans-esterification process. Like if you look at the left side, any oil like non-edible oil, edible oil, and hard water. So we have to use any hard water like methanol or like ethanol also. So if suppose we are going to use for ethanol, that is called as in terms of we can use biodiesel, bioethanol, or like in case suppose we are going to use for methanol, so we can produce that biodiesel methanol productions. So with respect to catalyst, normally we have been using for this biodiesel production NOH and KOH. So you know KOH, caustic potash, and the NOH. When compared to NOH, normally we have been using KOH is more forgiving on high titration oils. High titration oil, so that more yield value to be produced for biodiesel, and also high titration of oils make a lot of soap. So that's why we have been using for this catalyst like KOH instead of the NOH. So what we mean by trans-esterification process is like the process in which edible or non-edible oil is allowed to chemically react with alcohol. Is allowed to chemically react with alcohol. So when we are going to use oil or fat plus alcohol in terms of any catalyst, so we can get two products. One is glycerin, next one is pure biodiesel. So biodiesel is produced through a process known as trans-esterification. So this is simple equation. We can make different non-edible or edible oil by using various alcohol or by using various catalysts also. So many catalyst methods we have been using. So like not only for KOH or NOH, and also we can use for sulfuric acid, hydrochloric, organic sulfonic, ferric sulfate, and then potassium hydroxide. So all the different types of catalyst which can be used for this trans-esterification process. And also you can see different types of non-edible oil for images oil, and this is general trans-esterification process which could be used for biodiesel production. And finally, pure biodiesel in terms of various methods to be used and analyze the properties of the diesel as well as biodiesel. And this is general preparation of the outbound biodiesel. I mean, already I told when we are going to add methanol, that is called as methyl ester. When we are going to add ethanol, the biodiesel called as ethyl ester. So normally this seed we collected from Pune, that means Indian Biodiesel Corporation. It is located in Paramaji village area, and like some temperature limit it has been maintained. I think initially seed, from the seed it has been converted into raw oil. From the raw oil it has been converted into pure biodiesel by using soft cell apparatus. So by using this Sorption apparatus, we need to check for free fatty acid also. So what do you mean by free fatty acid calculation? So before going to use any type of biodiesel or both edible and non-edible oil, we need to check for free fatty acid. If we need to check for free fatty acid, so definitely which method we have to use? Which method we have to use based on the different types of biodiesel production. So when we look at this all-in-one biodiesel, we need to use for that Sorption apparatus. After Sorption apparatus, we found that free fatty acid calculation. Free fatty acid calculation, normally we found 2.14. So it should be less than 4. So directly we can use base catalyst method. Base catalyst method. Behind the 4 means we have to go for 2-step process, acid catalyst method and followed by base catalyst method. But when you look at this other non-edible oil, for this all-in-one oil gives very less free fatty acid, and also what we call we can use directly a single-step process. And then lot of what we call different 4 basic routes to produce biodiesel production, like oils or any fats also. So first one, you can see that base catalyst transesterification, and the next one is direct acid catalyst transesterification. Then conversion of the oil into its fatty acid and then into biodiesel. Then fourth one, non-catalytic transesterification of oils and fats. So among 4 methods, normally we have been using first method in terms of free fatty acid. So that's why I put in the first slide, what is the need of free fatty acid? If more than 4, we need to go for other 3 steps. If less than 4 means directly we can use base catalyst transesterification method. So this base catalyst transesterification method, so if you look at this schematic diagram of biodiesel production, the extraction of oil and free fatty acid measurement. So if we go for free fatty acid less than 4, so we can use directly transesterification process. In case when we are finding free fatty acid, we have to go for more than 4 weeks esterification process. Then after esterification process, we need to go for transesterification process. But for this, especially for this all-in-one oil, directly we can go for transesterification oil or transesterification process, and finally we can get what we call based on the methanol recovery and other products we added. Finally, what we call 2 products. One is glycerol, next one is pure biodiesel. And this is also another schematic diagram of production process. So seed, from the seed, it has been converted into raw oil. So those raw oil, by using Sorption apparatus, we need to convert pure biodiesel with help of some approaches. That approach also we can discuss. And like methanol and other catalysts, it has been formed 2 layers. One is biodiesel, next one is glycerin. 2 layers. So one is glycerin, next one is biodiesel, pure biodiesel, based on the washing purpose. Based on the when we are going to add water, so pure biodiesel is one product and the glycerin is separate product. So it could be used both in glycerin for soap industry, biodiesel for internal combustion engine. And this is you see that this fruit, argemone fruit. The left side you can see the argemone fruit converted into seed, and then seed converted into raw oil by using solvent extraction method. Different method which can be used for converting extraction method, mechanical method or chemical method. But this solvent extraction method more suitable to convert raw oil into pure biodiesel. And finally, converting of those pure biodiesel, we need to verify for blended proportion of biodiesel and diesel. If matching those properties with the diesel, we can use for internal combustion engine. And these are the chemicals which have been used for transesterification process: KOH, propyl alcohol, methanol, and oleic acid. Other chemical also we have been using for biodiesel production. And this is most important method of oil preparation. After the trans-esterification process, method of oil preparation. So already we informed that free fatty acid. If calculating free fatty acid, based on the free fatty acid only, we have to go for base catalyst production process. So in this base catalyst production process, generally following 4 steps. One for mixing up alcohol and catalyst. Next one separation process. Next biodiesel washing. Then alcohol removal. Then glycerin utilization and product quality. So if finally we have to check product quality, it may be or it can be matching with the diesel property. So we can use what we call any particular biodiesel in diesel engine directly without any engine modification. So just like if you take for ratio of alcohol to oil. So ratio of, that means mixing of alcohol and catalyst. So alcohol like any alcohol, methanol or ethanol catalyst, KOH, MOH, but probably we have been using for KOH for catalyst. So the ratio of alcohol, if you look at 6:1. So normally a molar ratio of 6:1 is normally used in industrial process to obtain methyl ester. That means methyl alcohol and biodiesel or methyl alcohol biodiesel. So methyl ester that may be produced high yield that contains 98% to 99% of biodiesel. Higher molar ratio of alcohol to vegetable oil, it may be produced by separation of glycerol. Lower molar ratio requires more reaction time. So better we need to use for optimum reaction time with respect to ratio of alcohol. So like that we can use different steps. What is the uses, separation process, biodiesel washing, alcohol removal and other product quality also. And this is trans-esterification process. Normally we done what we call alcohol and catalyst process and converted the process like different steps, and finally we got what we call pure biodiesel. This is also apparatus which has been used for this trans-esterification process, and this is like glycerin separation process. If you look at this glycerin separation process, after the trans-esterification process, the mixture is transferred to the separate class. It is left to settling for 24 hours. It is left to settling for 24 hours. After 24 hours, there will be a 2 layers form, out of which one is the biodiesel and the another one is glycerin. So after 24 hours, the layer it has been formed 2 things. One is biodiesel and another one is glycerin. The glycerin is removed from the separating class and biodiesel we can use for what I call internal combustion engine. And washing process, so normally we have been using for washing process like what I call hydrochloric acid that may be used for some other things, 2-step process. So pH value if reduced 7, so better we can use for what I call get more biodiesel. If pH value reduced 7 to get more biodiesel yield, and also we can get pure biodiesel. And this is pure biodiesel after converting all the production process through trans-esterification process and followed by trans-esterification process. What are the basic method which has been assigned, and after based on those methods we used for these process. Then finally we can what we call analyze cost analysis of biodiesel production when compared to diesel. So nowadays we can see when compared to diesel and petrol, I think cost is more day by day. It has been increasing fuel prices, 85 and 80 rupees. So it is more complicated for using those fuel in internal combustion. So we need to use for like some raw materials in terms of what I call some cages, methanol, MOH, H2H4, like production process, 3 steps which can be used or analyzed. And finally, we can see the manufacturing cost of this 1 liter of almond oil, 50. The same process 5 to 6 years back. One side is it was analyzed 1 liter of hormone oil 35 rupees. But this research recently we completed. So based on the cost analysis, we found 1 liter of hormone biodiesel 58 rupees. When compared to diesel, cost is less. So that's why the manufacturing cost to produce 1 liter of hormone Mexicanometer is approximately 58 rupees, which is marginally less than the present diesel cost. So present diesel cost, 80 rupees or 81. That depends upon the states. It may be vary for cost of the fuels. And this is general properties of the diesel and the hormone biodiesel. So when compared to what we call ASTM 6751, the limit also has been assigned on diesel and what we call ANE 5, 10, 20, 35, 50, 100, which could be used for internal combustion engine. And like these are all the apparatus which have been used for measuring the fuel properties, density, viscosity, calorific value, as and class 5. Those things can be used or could be used for biodiesel production. And some apparatus, you can see that density mean, hygrometer, viscosity, calorific value, CP number, as and class 5. Those properties is essential to go for engine torque and like performance also. Then just like we saw like a broad idea of production of biodiesel from hormone biodiesel, various methods, out of which classification while we have been using for all non-edible oil and edible oil. So when compared to other non-edible and edible oil also, we have to find that properties is most important. If properties is matching to the related to diesel, we can use for internal combustion. And now just like few things about sharing for engine terms also. After converting of this biodiesel, directly they are used for this fuel in variable compression ratio engine. That means a Kirloskar research engine. So this Kirloskar research engine like affects innovation, that product or manufacture. So 4-stroke variable compression ratio and also connected to AP current dynamometer. And also it has been provided engine shock analysis that may be used to detect the oil engine torques. So this is schematic diagram. If you look at this schematic diagram, on right side you can see atmospheric air, air filter, diesel, biodiesel, loading, other things. So like this figure shows that schematic diagram of the experimental setup. This setup consists of 4-stroke single-cylinder research engine, which is a water-cooled and multi-fuel engine, variable compression ratio, data acquisition. So this is like it has been provided what we call computerized. So everything it can be recorded through that computerized. Whatever we are adding that fuel blend, be 10, 20, 30 or 40, it will be recorded through that software. And also the engine was mounted on the bed in the test cell. The CR means compression ratio can be changed without stopping the engine. The compression ratio can be changed without stopping the engine and altering the combustion chamber. So this is basic things of experimental studies, and this is the experimental setup which was used for multi-fuel engine VCR. So compression ratio adjustment, cylinder head, dynamometer, rotometer, and computerized connected with the engines and the emission analyzer, fuel indicator. But this is like the engine specifications: bore, speed, length, compression ratio vary toward 280, step model, power, and the engine type. You can see the 4-stroke multi-fuel variable compression ratio computerized. And this is most important thing for constant compression ratio means just like we have to adjust or vary one compression ratio, either 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 or 17. Then compared to constant compression ratio, this variable compression ratio method. There are different methods which could be used for to vary the variable compression ratio. Among that, moving the cylinder head method. So this method is called as moving the cylinder head method, which could be used without stopping the engine. Suppose initially we are going to take reading CR 50, so we have to take the reading. And the next, without stopping the engine, we have to vary the or adjust the what do you call this moving the cylinder head method. So and also you can see variation of combustion chamber volume, variation of piston deck height, modification of connecting rod geometry, moving the crank with crankshaft axis, moving the crankshaft axis based on the what do you call design of the engine. So out of which the moving cylinder head method which has been used for vary the what do you call compression ratio, because what do you call without stopping the engine, and also design factor, cost analysis, all the factors when compared to other, it's cheap for moving cylinder head method. And generally what do you call that experimental analysis, after testing of properties we need to check for what do you call engine terms and also emissions when compared to diesel fuel. And this is just like methodology which was used for this argument oil. Compression ratio varied from 14 to 18, 6 point of revolution, and biodiesel blend which has been used for B5, B10, B20, B35, 50 and 100 after converting a production of biodiesel. And this last one you can see that is we used for uncertainty analysis. But also you know uncertainty analysis. So plus or 1% in all cases. That means in terms of various engine performance and various like what we call emission factors. Research and discussion. If you look at that research and discussion, you know like anybody know about like related to engine terms, engine performance. What are the characteristics to be included in engine terms? Engine performance characteristics. Anyone? Suppose we are going to use biodiesel in internal combustion engine. After production process, we need to check for the properties of the biodiesel and diesel. After properties of the biodiesel, we have to mixing or blend some proportion B5, B10, B20, whatever things. You know like basic things of engine performance characteristics. Anybody know about the engine performance characteristics? Any idea about engine performance characteristics? Can anyone know about performance parameter? Breakdown efficiency, mechanical efficiency, air standard efficiency, any other parameters? Okay. So if you look at that performance parameter, in terms of mean effective pressure, brake mean effective pressure indicated, then other thing indicated power, brake power, frictional power, and specific fuel consumption in terms of SFC, DSFC, specific energy consumption, and also thermal efficiency, mechanical RPM, nucleus ratio, volumetric efficiency, exhaust temperature. So these are all the factors to be analyzed for engine performance parameter with related to biodiesel properties. So that is what I told, biodiesel properties is most important, like ash content, flash point, fire point, bore point, and viscosity, those things. With related to those points only, we are going to elaborate our research in terms of engine performance as well as emission characteristics. And if you look at this, what we call SFC. So just like we will move on very fast. So there is no time limit. If you see that SFC, you know the ratio of fuel consumption per unit time. So general terms, SFC, the ratio of fuel consumption on unit time to the power developed by the engine. And you can see this what we call this figure shows the derivation of SFC for different compression ratio. X-axis taken for different compression ratio, Y-axis taken for what we call SFC. In terms of various units and blends, different blends, you can see diesel 100, AME 5, AME 10, 20, 35, 50, 100. So when compared to other blends and diesel, AME 20. So AME 20 is this. AME 20 compression ratio 70 gives better results. I mean because of the fuel density, viscosity and heating value of the fuels. That's why I told fuel properties is most then we have been using production of the biodiesel. By using track classification method, it would be better when compared to other things. And also, it can be observed that the SFC decreased by 10% when compared to diesel at CR 70. So this diamond shape, you can see a diesel. When compared to diesel, 10% of the SFC finished. Based on the literature survey, it says that engine has higher SFC, it means more fuel is required. So it's observed that from literature, lesser value of SFC were required for the better performance of the engine. So lesser value of SFC, it's required better performance of the engine. So according to the research work carried out by so many authors done, same other non-edible oil, same combustion ratio and same blending. When compared to those people, those researchers, this oil produced very less fossil fuel consumption, like 0.27. So you can see 0.3, 0.32, 0.28. So when compared to other research or other non-edible oil, this oil produced very less fossil fuel consumption. Same blending, same combustion ratio. And this is like brake thermal efficiency, like some terms which can be used, like what we call engine transfer the chemical energy of the fuel into useful work. And also this brake thermal efficiency, the variation of the brake thermal efficiency for different compression ratio or different blends at maximum load. So the load has taken 100%, so the blend has been increased with the CR in terms of power developed and also reduce the heat losses. So the engine that may be inside, some heat losses may be reduced. And also observe that the brake thermal efficiency of the blend AME20. Again you can see the AME20 CR15, which attain maximum brake thermal efficiency. And the same brake thermal efficiency of the research we compare to other research work, it is almost equal to what you call other non-edible oils. And this is brake power. Brake power also most important thing. So you can see the brake power AME20, it can give more brake power when compared to other blending as well as diesel. And also the same brake power when compared to other research work, it can give 5.1 something kilowatt. Emission characteristics. So only for these characteristics only we found for using this Archimode biodiesel. We couldn't touch all the characteristics like what we call here effluence ratio, volumetric efficiency, exhaust temperature we found, air fuel ratio, and with mechanical efficiency we couldn't find. Some characteristics we found that engine terms. And followed by emission characteristics, general emission to be produced both diesel and petrol, like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, hydrocarbon and NOx. So especially for this biodiesel, we need to control for NOx. So the NOx basically for this CO over CR. If you look at this image, the x-axis is taken for compression ratio and y-axis is taken for what we call carbon monoxide emission. So the mainly it increase the carbon monoxide emission because of the lack of oxygen and the poor air entertainment, mixture preparation and incomplete combustion during the combustion process. This figure shows the emission of the blend and diesel with compression ratio. CO emission was low when compared to diesel. CR 17. If you look at AME20 and this diamond shape, you see that this is the diesel. So in compared to other biodiesel blends and diesel, AME20 gives very less because complete process and also no oxygen already accommodated through the what we call engine running condition. And next you can see hydrocarbon emission and the CR. So this another emission product is that produced by the diesel with unbound hydrocarbon. It consists of the fuel is completely unbound or like only partially bound. That depends upon the unbound hydrocarbon, the exhaust and decrease with increase the amount of biodiesel in the biodiesel blend. So this may be inbuilt oxygen content in percentage in like molecular structure. So that also we discussed like some general properties of the biodiesel like what we call fuel viscosity, density and other factors also. Because of the longer efficient delay, the accumulation of the fuel in the combustion chamber may be hydrocarbon emission, it may be increased. But you can see this image, AME 17 CS what we call, it produces very less emission when compared to other biodiesel blend and the diesel also. And NOx also you can see, mainly for this biodiesel we can use or control the NOx. After this argument biodiesel, when we have been using that AME 20, CR 17, some have reduced NOx emission when compared to other blends as well as diesel. So why the reason is like what do you call? It also observed that O2, I mean oxygen concentration in the exhaust gas are higher in the CR is less. So when it has been increase the compression ratio, that will reduce the what you call emission. Yes, the NOx formation is lower. So and also we can use the experimental results shows that the exhaust temperature decrease. If exhaust temperature increase, definitely NOx emission also increase. So if the exhaust temperature decrease, with the increasing in biodiesel blend ratio, which leads to the decrease in NOx formation. So this is what we achieved AME 20. So exhaust temperature decrease and also biodiesel content produce more during the process, so that NOx emission decrease when compared to other non-edible oil, and also we compare to other people who carried out other non-edible oils. And the emissions. So you know why we have been using for BS6 when compared to BS4. Anybody? Any idea? Compared to BS4, the BS6 fuel has less sulfur and the NOx. So that we have been shifted to BS4 to BS6, and also we can see that PPM level is very less BS6. And next you can see that so many advantages of BS6, diesel particulate filter, and the SCR, selective catalytic method, which can be introduced in BS6 norm. Those things not available for BS4. And BS6 norms is that onboard diagnosis has been made used for all the vehicle, and also BS6 grade fuel and BS4 grade fuel will be in terms of sulfur and NOx. So sulfur and NOx will be reduced when compared to BS6 norms. So that's why we need to use for like BS6 norms. And this is general factors to be finding out ballast stage emission standard as per BS4 and BS6, and those standard we compared with R1 biodiesel. So if you look at this BS4, the standard limits which was given CO4 and hydrocarbon 0.5 and NOx 3.5 and BS6 4.06, 0.46. When compared to those methods, you can see the AME 20 CO limit is very less 2.8 and hydrocarbon 0.12 and NOx 2. And also AME 100 means like pure biodiesel 2.5 gives CO and 0.1 2.3 NOx. And other research work also we carried out. This is separate biodiesel. So we can see observed from the table which were obtained based on the experimental result during the emission test conducted on CO, hydrocarbon, NOx is comparatively very less for AME 20 and 100 and KME. This is copper-nickel ester. That is also another non-edible oil. So based on the BS4 and BS6. And this is general formula. We need to convert ppm to percentage or like or percentage to ppm, whatever things we need to use this formula. So definitely we can get some results how to convert the CO emissions or HC, NOx formulas. And also we can use ARA, emission standard regulations also. And like conclusions based on the R1 biodiesel, production of R1 biodiesel through transesterification process, we obtain molar ratio 6:1 and temperature value 60 to 65 Celsius. And next one, based on the production of biodiesel, manufacturing cost to produce 1 liter of Organon Mexicana biodiesel approximately 58 rupees, which is less cost when compared to diesel and what we call petrol. But if suppose we are going to use this fuel in petrol, we have to modify exhaust system and intake system. So both properties of diesel and biodiesel should be similar. That's why directly we have been using this biodiesel in diesel engine. And also we can find this AME, Organon Mexicana biodiesel, I mean nickel ester. Because in that production of biodiesel, we used methanol. So that is what we have given. Organon nickel ester blend 20% was found better than diesel. And also DCR engine technology, what we call promising technology for using alternative fuels. And in terms of SFC and in terms of brake thermal efficiency, and when compared to other factors like compression ratio. So optimum compression ratio we found based on the adjusting the variable compression ratio. Then compared to constant compression ratio. And also like AME company shows the better engine performance together with a reduction in the emission level of CO, hydrocarbon and NOx compared to diesel. So this is what significant of variable compression ratio method used for this particular oil when compared to constant compression ratio, and also why trans-acidification process used for biodiesel production process. So 4 method we have been using. Among that 4 method, normally we have been using for trans-acidification method. And general research which could be applied after the final results of engine terms and performance. And this is leading biodiesel producer worldwide. So you know, like in terms of year-wise, it has been changing. Biodiesel producer like US, Brazil, Germany, China, Argentina, France, Indonesia, Canada, Thailand, Colombia, and also Indian country also leading to what we call producing biodiesel in terms of various what we call purpose. And main thing for again I want to share this trans-acidification method is most reliable technique for the removal of biodiesel when compared to other, because low pressure and low temperature required. Biodiesel yield is produced more and quick response time, low thickness, easy operation, easy accessibility and economical. So this is what we have been using for trans-acidification method when compared to dilution method, thermal cracking method, pyrolysis method, and next direct method also. And this is like 2019, which country most produce that leading of biodiesel producer? Indonesia, US, according to now we can see the Indian country also the leading of the biodiesel producer. Thank you. So always we need to use like green. So if we use that green, we have to reduce the engine what is called emission. Compared to emission, it would be better and to produce less pollution. Thank you. Any questions?
Hello, sir. Hello. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, I want to convert this fish oil to biodiesel, sir. So, any manufacturer, sir?
Manufacturer. Sir, is the manufacturing available in Pune? Indian Biodiesel Corporation.
Sir, can you give his number, sir? Mobile number?
Yeah, I will give it through my WhatsApp, and also I can share that mobile number to Sanjay sir and Yapesh sir.
Sir, anybody from Karnataka, sir? Because that will be good, no, sir?
Karnataka side, there is no production process. Better we have to go for Pune, because there are different what we call chemical industry available and also NGO also there. So if we go for Indian Biodiesel Corporation, so we can use for like a production process in terms of various methods. So better we need to use for trans-acidification method. We can go for Pune, that would be better.
Sir, now at present, which is the good biodiesel, sir, to work on, sir?
Sir, different biodiesel which can be used to different purpose in terms of engine terms and the emission. But among those here, recently we found this albumin oil because already so many researchers have been completed only production of this albumin. But when we started this albumin oil by using the engine tops and the what we call emission, it is significantly reduced when compared to other non-edible oil. And also, when we choose this non-edible oil, free fatty acid is most important. If free fatty acid is very less, we can use directly engines without any modification, like the base catalyst method we have to prefer.
Okay, sir.
Any
Okay,
doubts?
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Huh? Sir, please send that number, sir.
Yes, sir, I can share. Yeah, I can share, sir. I can share.
Please, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions from audience or participants?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
There is a one question from participants that what is the impact on PM 2.5 in emission study?
So what is that?
Sir, what is the impact on PM 2.5 in the emission study?
In that emission study, I can't understand your questions. Voice is breaking.
Maybe asked from one participant.
What is the impact of
Question
PM?
is particulate matter. His question is about the particulate matter.
Yeah.
So, what is the impact? Water in your study? That is, what is the impact? Whether it is increasing or decreasing or whatever? Because the most.
Yeah, I know. This is also one factor of emission, but we couldn't find out this emission from that what do you call this biodiesel. Particulate matter also one important factor for reduction of emission, but we couldn't find those emissions. Any questions? Any questions from audience? Just like we had 4 engine emission factor only, but we couldn't find that particulate matter 2.5 in the emission studies. That I don't know that much amount of ideas.
So I think hope sir, no more questions from audience or participants. Sir. So
If any questions, you can share through WhatsApp or you can text through chat also. Whatever questions related to biodiesel production and like what we call engine performance and terms, those things, it will be useful where we have to carry out the research works.
okay, sir. So on behalf of A.D. Patel Institute of Technology, Automobile and Mechanical Engineering Department, we are very thankful to be with us. You are presenting the nicely presentation and also knowledgeable, a learning point of view, experimental setup and all the results that you have shared with all the participants. So we are very thankful to you, sir. And so, sir.
Thank you, sir. And also, I would like to extend my very special and heartfelt gratitude, Sanjay sir and Yatner sir, for providing this opportunity to share whatever availability of biodiesel production method and also engine terms and also emission 6 when compared to 4 and other aspects. And also, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to college like A.D. Patel Institute of Technology and other people also. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Can we wind up?
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So we will join again at 3 p.m. for the day last session number 3. Enjoy. Thank you very much.